Ayurved in simple terms. Ayurved expert and writer of this article is Vaidya Supriya Tilak. I am reading this article on behalf of Mrs. Supriya Tilak. This article in English is a translation of her article in Marathi language. Let us explore further. Ayu means the time span from birth till death. Ayurveda states the measures to maintain healthy body. But when you fall sick, it is again the means to bring it back to the original healthy state. That is Ayurveda. Knowledge about our body is Ayurveda. Healthy body is essential for spiritual wellness and progress also. This is a short summary of awareness about Ayurveda's origin and its progress. Let me tell you the contributors to the progress. Our Indian culture is ancient, so also the knowledge of Ayurveda. But this knowledge was forgotten over the time. Then Brahma recounted this knowledge. This knowledge passed on to and contributed further from Prajapati, Ashwini Kumar, Indra, Atriputra, and many other sages. 3 books are considered as main references on Ayurveda. One can see its relevance to the present allopathy system too. Charaka Samhita, it is all about Aushadhi, the medicines in herbal form. That is medicine in today's context. Sushruta Samhita, it is written about Shalyakriya, that is surgery today. Vagbhata Samhita, Ashtanga Hridaya. This elaborates about the treatment of 8 specialized areas of the body. Today it is well known as specialization. More reference books were added as the knowledge and experience increased, like Kashyap Samhita, Rajani Ghantu, etc. Many of them are not available today in scripts due to various reasons. One should remember about the origin and the progress of the Ayurveda, that Ayurveda has evolved in very early stages of mankind. That is, it is more than 1,000 years old, and that's why the knowledge at that time, the understanding of the time of the nature was important, and the ailments, the diseases the man suffered, and the medicines found there on those diseases were basically on the observations and the understanding of those times. The very well known fact that it is based on the observations and then correction of the body state by the available natural resources. That is the basic of Ayurveda as a beginning of, and obviously during this development of Ayurveda, and not only Ayurveda, of any science, the normal procedure is observations are noted, then categorized, then assumptions are made, then theories postulated, and formulae are also created. Then inference is also drawn based on this theory, and then it is tested again. Changes are made to theory, and with this process, science grows and knowledge increases. Like this, over more than 1,000 years of experience gathered and written about and practiced by Ayurveda, the scriptures the process has taken as a form of faith. Today we don't find many experiments done by the Ayurved experts. It could be a necessity of the time, but one should remember that Ayurveda also has gone through the process of development of science. Now let us know the basics of Ayurveda. Panchamahabhute, Saptadhatu and Tridosha are the basic pillars. On this, which we can further discuss. Panchamahabhute is 5 elements of any creation, Saptadhatu is 7 components of the body, and Tridosha means 3 properties or the characteristics of the person or in the person. It is also emphasized, Ayurveda also emphasizes on ahara, that is what to eat, and vihara, that is what should be the behavior or the lifestyle of the person. And it also talks about the exhaust or excreta, the mala, that is the wastage formed during the process. While treating the patient, it takes into the consideration the nature of the patient also, which is called prakruti. Shall we go step by step? In nature, we find some common basic elements of which the objects are made, like Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu and Akash. That is soil or earth, water, fire, air and space or void. The theory is propounded like this. All objects on this planet are made of the one or the mixture of more basic elements. Hence, one can see and experience the qualities of these elements in the body and so also in our body. It talks about the basic elements are talked about and noticed whatever is available in the nature, what is seen in the nature. It is a basic group or classification of the system. Prithvi, that is earth or soil. It means land, but which also gives forms and creates solid figures. It is the material required creating a body which is of Shita Prakriti, that is cool and calm nature. Bones, muscles, etc. made from this element. Aap, that is water. It is in liquid form, moist, fluid, carries other substances with it. This is also Shita Prakriti, that is very cool in nature. Water is present in our body in plenty and in different forms, in different systems, body systems, and in each cell. These are called rasa and the rakta. Rasa is enzymes and rakta is blood. Teja, that is fire. It is also called Agni. It has energetic, flammable, inflammable characteristics, and this is in the form of digestive enzymes in our body. Vayu, that is air or gas. This is in gaseous form, flowing or moving in nature. This is present in our body in spaces, including gaps in the joints. It also refers to breathing and it helps movement of the body and limbs easily. Akasha, that is space. This encompasses and creates shape. It is present in our body at many places. This space is important for avoiding direct friction of body components, that is bones to bones, etc. Thus, our body consists of combinations of 5 basic elements. Next pillar is Saptadhatu, that is 7 main components of the body. Here are they. Asthi, that is bone. The structure and shape of the body is due to the bones. Masa, that is flesh. These are muscles that connect the pieces of bones in the structure for movement, and skin that covers this structure and mechanism. Asthimajja, that is bone marrow. It is the substance in the cavity of the bones that create red blood cells. Rasa, that is enzymes. This is required to process, digest, and create energy from food intake. Rakta, that is blood. It is the fluid that flows through the body structure to provide energy to all the cells at every corner. Meda, that is fat, which preserves energy and gives softness to the body. Shukra, sperm, which is responsible for procreation, which preserves the quality characteristics of the person. Now you can see this is the anatomy of our body, human body or any body, which is similar in nature as we know in allopathy system. So obviously same body, same systems will hold good. The classifications could be on macro scale or micro scale. Allopathy has moved to further micro scale. But these are the basic main groups or classification of our body system. Now we come to the third basic pillar, Tridosha, that is three types of body qualities. Body is created by the combination of 5 elements. As we have seen earlier, body is a combination of 5 basic elements, that is 5 Mahabhuti. As per the characteristics of the constituent elements, Prakriti, that is the characteristic of the body, is created. These are classified as Vata, Pitta and Kapha. There are permutations and combinations of 3 qualities, and then subcategory is formed like Vata Pitta, Vata Kapha, Kapha Pitta and Sama, that is balanced one, and there will be many more. Vata, that is air or gas, it controls the movements of the body and structure. Nervous system, breathing and vocal cords are activated due to Vata. Kapha, that is flame. This is created by the combination of basic elements Prithvi and Apa, that is earth and the water. Kapha acts like a lubricant for the joints of the structure and coatings for the cavity membranes. It helps to improve strength, balancing and memory. It helps to increase immunity. It controls heart system and respiratory system. Pitta, that is bile. This is created by the combination of basic elements Apa and Teja, that is water and fire. It affects on the systems to maintain body temperature, metabolism and senses. When one is successful in maintaining balance of these characteristics, that is doshas, by selecting food intake and digesting it properly, then one is healthy. When there is an imbalance of doshas, different diseases will get developed. Now, all this depends upon ahara and vihara, that is what you take as a food intake and how you behave. So, let us explore and get to know what is ahara. Ahara is intake of food. Energy is necessary for working of all systems, as we know. It is also obvious that the parts and constituents will wear over the use and over the time, well known. To keep them functioning properly, energy intake is required to be fed from outside. This is called anna or food. As the body is made up of combinations of 5 basic elements, so is the food, because it all comes from nature. This food is also made up of the combinations of 5 basic elements, that is Mahabhuti. These are all available in nature. The body is from the nature, the food is from the nature. So this food is processed in our digestive system and energy is then created. This energy is then distributed to cell throughout the body in the form of sugar in red blood cells and throughout the blood circulation. Mala, that is the excretion. Waste material is created during this process of use. This is called mala or excretion. The thick one is called excreta. The drava, that is fluid, it is in the form of sweat and urine. And vata, that is gas, it is in the form of exhale and gas. Since every substance in nature is composed of basic elements and more or less a mixture of them, the properties of its constituents are present in that proportion in that substance. In the proportion that we eat, I would like to mention here that the names of vegetables and fruits mentioned in further discussion are maintained as in Marathi, as its equivalent in English or biological terms are not available to me. Ayurved takes another additional view of the tastes, and it is called Shadrasa. Food items in regular diet have different types of tastes, that is rasa. These are classified as Shadrasa, that is 6 types, because it is 6 types. These are very well known, but it is classified as further. Madhura, that is sweet taste, is a mixture of Prithvi and Apa, that is earth and water. Food items under this category are all types of starchy food, vegetables, and sweet fruits. It helps our body development. All these items increase flame. However, old rice, barley, green gram, wheat, honey, wild animal meat do not increase flame. But the overdose of Madhura Rasa, that is sweet taste, can cause obesity, reduced appetite, diabetes, tumor, cancer, and flame, and fat producing diseases. Amla, that is sour taste. A mixture of Prithvi and Teja produces Amla Rasa, that is sour taste. It causes secretion of saliva, irritation of teeth, thrilling sensation, and body reacts as contraction of eye and eyebrows. Food items under this category are digestive in nature. These are amla, tamarind, pomegranate, buttermilk, yogurt, mango, kavat, karvande, vegetables like chuka and nambada, etc. These come under acid category. They cause increase in kapha pitta, that is phlegm bile, and rakta pitta, that is bile sac pigment. Pomegranate and amala do not cause above bad effects, but the overdose of sour taste can cause inflammation, swelling, blisters, stomach ulcers, some skin disorders, vitiligo, dizziness, skin irritation, thirst, and fever. Lavana rasa, that is salty taste, is made from a mixture of elements, fire and water, that is teja and apa. It secretes saliva from mouth and fluid from such foods. Its function is to increase the appetite, improve taste of or the flavor of the food. It works to increase sweeting and ulcer size. But the overdose causes baldness, hair grays quickly, wrinkles on body are formed, increased thirst, and some skin diseases. All types of salts are harmful to eyes except saindo, that is black salt. Bitter taste. Bitter taste is made from a mixture of Vayu and Akash, that is air and space. All bitter tasting food items and all modern pesticides or antibiotics are considered in this category. This rasa or taste removes the stickiness of the mouth and sometimes destroys taste buds of the tongue. It is antiseptic and reduces creation of cough. It is cool in nature, that is Shita Prakriti, and dry in nature. It is very important to consume it in right amount. Excessive consumption of it leads to sudden onset of weakness. Dhatukshaya, that is a reaction in basic body components, also causes rheumatism, hemiplegia, and sciatica. This can lead to infertility by interfering with semen production. However, Gulwel does not cause any bad effects. Chili taste. It is produced from Tej and Vayu, that is fire and air. All spices, shevga, garlic, bibba fall into this category. It increases the secretion of digestive enzymes and increases appetite. It helps to digest the food. It increases the body's absorption capability of delicious unhealthy food. The digestive tract is cleared and the flame is destroyed. It works on swelling, laziness, cold sores, some sore throats, some skin ailments. The ulcers become dry, but however, it does not act on ulcer in the stomach or esophagus. It helps to clean oiliness, fat and moisture. Overdose can lead to thirst, loss of sperm and strength, fainting, constriction of veins, ulcers of esophagus, waist pain and back pain. Turatarasa, that is astringent taste. It is formed by the mixture of basic elements Prithvi and Vayu, that is earth and air. Hirda, Beheda, honey, khair, kat, umbar, geru, raw kavat, etc. have this taste. Consumption of this rasa causes contraction, trunk becomes heavy and constricts the blood vessels and muscles in the throat. Therefore, it is useful to soothe and heal ulcers. It has astringent properties, cleanses the skin, absorbs moisture and fat, and constricts the digestive tract. Overdose of these causes constriction of arteries, constipation, flatulence, that is bulging stomach, thirst, heart disease, and infertility. Now let us talk about the Prakriti, that is nature or characteristics or the personality, and why and how nature is formed, that is Prakriti is formed. From the time our human body is conceived, the embryo grows by dividing one cell into multiple cells. Embryo will grow up only because of the diet taken by its mother, that is ahara, and her behavior, that is vihara, during pregnancy. Foods that have high levels of mahabhuta have an effect on the body. That's why everyone's nature or the Prakriti is a combination of physical and mental attributes. This is why one diet which is good for someone can be harmful to others. The effect of food and nutrition creates people with different tendencies. They can be called people of certain tendency or nature. Some experts can diagnose by looking at the person, that is the patient. The doctor or the vaidya can look at the person and get to know more about its nature. So let us get to reveal what are these. The person having bilious and or hot nature, that is Pitta Prakriti and Ushna Prakriti. Now, what is generated from within is called Pitta Prakriti, and effects are seen on the body. These are called Ushna Prakriti. Person under this nature is of medium build and delicate in nature. Hunger and thirst are very intense with such people. Body color is usually white or fair complexion. The limbs are very hot. Their hands, feet, mouth are red in color. They sweat a lot and their hair grays quickly. Wrinkles appear on body quickly. There are more moles or nodes on the face and limbs. Excretion, eating and drinking, anger, jealousy, all these are predominant in this person. Person's face gets flushed very quickly due to anger, alcohol, and exposure to the sun. These persons are extra sensitive to the pain. Another category is person having cough or cool nature, that is Kapha Prakriti and Shita Prakriti. Now, what is generated within is called Kapha Prakriti, and the effects are seen are called Shita Prakriti. Now, these persons under this nature are stoic in structure. They can sustain against physical exhaustion, hunger, thirst, sorrow, grief, heat. Their hair are dark, plentiful, and limbs are soft. They are religious in nature, but sometimes cruel, speechless, mindful, contented, feeling sleepy, chatty, and they are soft spoken. The third category is person having Vata Prakriti, which is from within. The person of Vata Prakriti nature, Vata Prakriti, they have a frail body and they are always stammering, babbling. Agility is their nature. They have weak digestion, less life, and less sleep. Beyond this classification, there are subtle differences in human nature, and it is of infinite number because of the permutations and combinations of the three basic doshas. Now let us explore further methods of diagnosis and treatment. What Ayurved, how do they go about? Diagnostic methods are Nadi, that is feeling the pulse, nature and status of urine, stool, tongue, speech, touch, sight, and the figure, that is structure of the patient. All these are noted and analyzed for inference. Today's doctors also do the same thing, and obviously that's why these are the basic ones. Now, the difference over here between the allopathic system and the Ayurved system is allopathy treats the patient on its symptoms, while the root causes of disease is diagnosed and treated by Ayurveda rather than just giving medicines only for the symptoms. Treatment is not just medicine, but Ayurveda recommends diet also, that is pathya. And the medicine is prescribed according to the nature of the patient, not one fits all. Same drug is not prescribed to every patient. According to the prakriti or the nature of the patient or the characteristics of the patient, diet is also recommended to be followed. Pharmacology, that is the planning of medicines. Medicine is usually given from natural resources. It is advised to what to eat and what not to eat also. That is pathya. Patient is advised on what should be his lifestyle and behavior also. Dosage is of course important. Medicines are also in the different forms like herbs, powders, extract, infusion, pills, etc. Anupan. This is also another important point in Ayurveda treatment. Now, what is to have with medicine like water, milk, buttermilk, alcohol, food, etc.? These are also advised. Now, Ayurveda goes beyond just a treatment when one is falling sick, but it also advises on the regular diet. What should be the regular food dish, which is called Nitya Ahar, and also what should be one's lifestyle to maintain a good health. We can cover this portion or the area which is called Nitya Ahar and Vihar separately in another video. Do visit that video later on. Thank you.